Hi there! Welcome back to my channel. Glad you stopped by. I just wanted to do a quick review on the new It Cosmetics Superhero Eyeshadow Palette. I know there have been a few reviews out there that haven't been the greatest, and I have to say Emily Noel did a great review on this palette and that. But I would like to say that I absolutely love this palette. Yes, It Cosmetics is one of my favorite brands, but I have to say that I do not have the Lorac Pro one. The Lorac shadows kick up a lot to me, and I just haven't bought into getting that one yet. So hearing that it was somewhat similar to that, I was actually kind of happy. So here's what. Oh, let me just cover this up here. Here's what the inside of the palette looks like. Now I have to say I love the shape of the palette. This superhero kind of, I absolutely do love that, and it's a little different. It is that sort of, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's a soft feeling in that, but one that's definitely going to get dirty. But I'm okay with that, and I like the shape, and I like the big mirror on it, and it says, "You're a real superhero, XOXO Jamie." Now, part of this, too, is I have to say my daughter bought this for me. And she bought it for me because I'm not sure. This kind of sneaked out on me. I was in Ulta one day and the It Cosmetics rep was there telling me that they were having a new eyeshadow palette coming out. And first thing I asked is, did it have shimmers in it? Because I have the Naturally Pretty Romantics palette and it's all mattes. And I do like it. But I like shimmers. I will do my whole eye look with shimmers. I don't always follow any kind of makeup rules. I just do what I like. And I don't need a matte transition shadow and that. It's okay for me without one. There are a couple in here. But what I have to say is part of this too was my dad passed away a few years ago, and he was my superhero. And we always thought of him as Superman and everything. And the day that I did really find out about this palette, saying that it was called the Superheroes palette and everything, was actually on his birthday. And so it kind of got me, remind me of my father and that. That's the house phone. Excuse me. So it kind of reminded me of him and everything, and I got a little nostalgic from that. And then I was talking to my daughter, and I said, oh gosh, I want that new It palette and everything, and behold, she got it for me. So I greatly appreciate it. So there is a little sentimental, emotional attachment to this in some sort of way. But even without that, I have to say, I really do like it. So in it, you have kind of like the 4 quadrants. You have the superhero nudes, the superhero neutrals, the superhero liners. Now, I did use the liners as a liner. I mean, they're kind of satiny. To me, they're not true total mattes. They're kind of satiny. And it gave me a nice look, but not quite. I'm not huge on the eyeliner and that, so it kind of helped with the under eye and that, the under the lid and all. So I have to say I've used it a few times. I've loved the looks that it's come up with, very natural, neutrally kind of looks. I could do a smoky look too. And the pigmentation's awesome. The blending, I think it's great. I don't have too much to say about that. I love it. Whereas, like the Naturally Romantics palette, I do like it, but like I said, I'm not a total matte girl, and it blends sometimes a little too well that it kind of gets muddy to me. Like the colors blend a little bit together too much. So I do like it, and I use it. There's days that I'm absolutely loving that, but this is more my jam. I love the shimmers and colors and all, so I have to say I love it. It lasted on my eyes all day long. By the time I went to bed to take it off, it was still there. Didn't move much. So I loved it. So if you look at my thumbnail, that was the look. I tried to take my glasses off so you can see, because even though I wear glasses, I love eyeshadow palettes and I love different eye looks. I'll take them off now so you can have a look. I just do, even though you can't always see it because of my glasses. I do love doing my eyes. I do love eyeshadow, and that's kind of my jam. I've been getting into other things lately in that, but so I have to say, especially because of now I am getting older and the anti-aging benefits in these eyeshadows, I think it's awesome. They glide on great. They don't tug. They don't. I have nothing bad to say. I did attempt to do some swatches for you on my arm, but they're not doing it justice at all. I can try to move the camera a little bit to show you here. See that? It didn't do very much justice, and I've had some technical issues with the camera and that today. And so I have to say that they've been on my arm for a few hours now. So that tells you just the arm swatches and getting hit around. I have to tell you, these middle shades here, these satin ones here, those are my favorite. The what they call, I have to put my glasses back on. The neutrals. So what you get, I mean, it comes in a box like this. It says Superheroes. Nice looking box. You also get this pamphlet here that says Superheroes, and it gives you some eye looks. And I know I watched Emily Noel's review, and while it was a great review, she wasn't rah-rah on this palette. A lot because of not many matte shades, and she didn't understand how they could just say to put a shimmery shade all the way up. Now, when I was younger, that kind of was the thing to do, and you didn't worry about a matte transition shade and that. So there are times that I absolutely do use the matte transition shade and try to follow the rules. Majority of the time, I don't follow the rules. I just do what I like, and that's all I can say. So I have to say I love this palette. Take a look at Emily Noel's review, and I know there were a couple other reviews out there that were also very good. You know, they weren't praising this palette astronomically. There were a couple that really liked it, but I have to say, for aging eyelids and the comfort level of them, and I have to say that because there are some eyeshadows that I will put on, and I don't know if it's an allergy, which I would more tend to believe it's an allergy. My eyes just by the end of the day feel so tired from it, and I just want to be rubbing them. And there are a few different eyeshadows that I have tried in the past that actually make my eyelids burn and everything. I have not a single issue with this. I love them. I mean, they stayed. I don't have any burning, no itching. I don't have any tiredness from them. And I know that might be weird. I don't know if it happens to other people, but sometimes different eyeshadows at the end of the day just have my eyes feel tired. And I noticed that, you know, on some of them. Nothing that would stop me from wearing them, but I do notice that. And then there's some that, you know, I just want to rub my eyes, and sometimes I think it's, you know, other things. But normally it's, I notice from a different brand of eyeshadow or that. So I have to say, I am super happy with the It Superhero palette. So if you have aging eyes and you like having that satiny kind of look to yourself and you're not worried about the rules, might be something that you want to try. It Cosmetics has never totally let me down at all. This is a plus in my book. Granted, I do have a somewhat of an attachment to it just because it's superhero and my dad and that, but I mean, my dad's not here, and he could care less about eyeshadows. But to me, it kind of, I don't know, reminded me superheroes of my dad and that. So I have to say, maybe there's a little bias there, but I gotta love these colors. I mean, especially the purplish one in here, which is called Superstar. I love it. I mean, I have on my lids today, I kind of have a little bit of everything. I started with Pow all over everywhere, all the way up to the brow bone. And then I went Magical all over my lid. And then I kind of have Fearless and Superstar in the corners. And then Unstoppable right in the middle, and then I went with some Limitless kind of in the crease, not in any of these orders, and then Aura, and then I did for under, I did the Fearless, and I have a little bit of the Bold Liner in the top. So I kind of used a little bit of everything today, but I have to say, again, I really do like it. So if you're into those things, give it a try. If not, that's okay too. I do actually like it better than my Romantics, so I think great job at Cosmetics, and thank you again for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later.